I'm Kyle from Stonebridge Guitars International, and today I'm sitting down with legendary Canadian fingerstyle acoustic guitarist and Beauregard artist Antoine Dufour. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Antoine, I'd love to hear more about your background as an artist. When did you start learning guitar, and what got you interested in the fingerstyle technique?
Started playing guitar was like about 15-year-old. My dad had a few guitars, and he was just like, playing a few chords, and he showed me how to play a few songs, like a very easy songs. And so after a year or two, I was about to go to college, and I didn't know really what I wanted to do. But so I went into a program, which is a double program with music and nature sciences. And that's really where I got my first lessons, my first guitar lessons, and in classical guitar. So I was like starting to get interested because I was listening to a band called Yes, and the guitar player really influenced me a lot. And I was like, I wanna learn that. He has one song on one record. It's like a solo, like nylon string guitar song called "Mood for a Day." So I was starting learning that, and then back in the day I had no techniques. I was playing just with my thumb and my index, and I was able to play the whole song pretty well actually. So when I got into college, that's where I got my first lessons, and my teacher was showing me classical guitar, but he was a very open-minded teacher, and he was listening to a lot of acoustic fingerstyle stuff, which I'd never heard of before. And he was listening to Leo Kottke, Pierre Ben-Suzanne, and Michael Hedges, and Don Ross. And he had this cassette of, like back in the day, it was still a cassette tape. Actually, it was a copied cassette, even, of the first album of Don Ross. And when I heard that, it just changed my whole life. I kind of, whoa, what's going on? And then that's when I was introduced to more of a modern acoustic guitar approach, and so I started learning Don Ross tunes and so many. Like it was like and I bought my first acoustic guitar back then. So I worked a whole summer in a day job for getting my first $2,000, and then get to buy my first acoustic guitar. It was a Takamine back then.
That's amazing. How did you go from that to playing professionally? How long have you been doing that?
So after that, I started being interested in more like writing my own stuff, and so I started writing my own songs, a couple things. And in 2002, I went to Kansas for a competition over there. So a fingerstyle competition, and so it was my first trip to just like explore that kind of stuff, and so I went there to present the 4 songs, but I didn't place, so I got to play the first round and play 2 songs, but I made a lot of nice. I've met a lot of cool people there. Like one of the first one I remember meeting there was Don Alder, and he was really like listening to me play. He was like, "Wow, that's really cool what you do," and whatever. So that's kind of my first endeavors, and then so from back from that trip, I really wanted to work more on my own writing, and so I wrote maybe the first album, and I recorded on my own with my friends, my friend's studio in 2004. And then after that, that's really the beginning there. Like after the first record, the next year in 2005, there was I heard about this Canadian Guitar Festival and the contest there, so I decided to give it a shot and go and play my songs there. And so the first year in 2005, when I went, I got second place and won a guitar there, and so that was fun. And so I decided, let's go next year and try again. So I got it. I got the first place the next year. And that's really when it really started to happen more in like 2005, 2006, and with YouTube stuff as well going on after that.
Can you tell us more about your history with SGI and how you got introduced to all that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, first time I've got introduced with those guitars was on a tour with International Guitar Night, like in 2005, I believe. We did a tour across the whole country, and there was one guitar player named Andrew White, the guitar player there and singer-songwriter. He had one to play and demo and also to sell on the tour, so if people were interested. And we all tried it and we were like, wow, this is a great guitar and stuff. And so that's really when I heard about it the first time. And then after that, when I got the first place at the Canadian Guitar Festival, there was the prize there, so I picked it up. And then from there, I've been in touch with Stonebridge more for a signature model that they built after, and then that's really how it began for me to work with Stonebridge back then. You know.
So I was introduced to the fingerstyle world about 2 years ago when I started working for SGI. Your name came up right away. You obviously have a lot of influence and inspire a lot of artists and luthiers in the community. And I learned a lot about different events like the Canadian Guitar Festival, and labels like Candy Rat and Fret Monkey, who really, there's a lot of support for fingerstyle artists. And just in the few years that I've been around, I've noticed there's a lack of that nowadays. Do you have any sort of ideas or insight in how to bring the energy back and the excitement back to the fingerstyle world?
Yeah, it's a tough question, but I think it's doing a lot of events around it. Like I'm trying to build like a little festival in Quebec for that, like to get a little community there with the luthiers exhibiting, like a few guitar builders that could exhibit, and some guitar shows. So hopefully, if like many other people are doing that in the community all around the place, it kind of grows and build up. There's like a lot of guitar camps also happening, like Thomas Lee does a boot camp in Austria. Sometimes it's gathering a lot of people. There's Andy McKee doing the Musicarium in now this year is in Kansas, and with a few teachers, guitar builders sometimes that interview and explain about guitar building and different stuff like that, like with a lot of students. And I think that helps to build a community, and hopefully like the label and will keep going. I mean, it's tough times for all the labels, all the music to be sold these days anyway. So I think it's just mostly to keep it as a community as much as possible, and build it up all together instead of in competition. I think just like work all together and make sure that we all like build up that scene on as much as we can, with what we have, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfect. Can you talk more about your festival and when is it?
Yeah, it's in this year. Normally it's in July, but this year I'm gonna do it in August. I've got the big hall this year, so I've got a good show to put in the main hall, which is the Théâtre Hector Charland in Quebec in L'Assomption. And so we'll have like the guitar builders in the afternoon over there, and a big show in the hall at night. And it's going to be this year is going to be Alexander Misko. And the prior night, the Friday night, we have also a show, a smaller one at a different venue, which this year I'm going to play myself with my two friends, Van Larkins and Adrian Ballou. So as a trio, we're going to play like you seen last year with like the trio songs. We're planning on practicing a little more and adding more songs, so it should be a pretty good like trio or some duets, full night of trio shows hopefully. So we'll see what happens. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. So
what were the dates for those?
So that's August 22nd, 23rd, 2025. Do
you have any other shows or projects coming up that you like?
Well, doing the Musicarium with Andy is in July. I have to look at the dates. It's mid-July. There's registrations are open, so there's still some space, but it's filling up pretty well, so that's great. So there's that project going on. Other than that, in May I'm going in Japan again, and I'm gonna go do mostly for the Osaka Guitar Mess over there. That's like a big industry show with like a lot of artists there. But so I'm gonna have the opportunity to play a concert there. Plus, the first time I'm going to Korea right after that.
Oh, very cool.
So that's gonna be fun. Playing one show in Korea. It's like finally I get there. I don't know. I have a lot of fans in Korea, but I've never been, so it's gonna be a cool.
Oh, it's gonna be good then.
Cool opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, the rest is in the fall. So far, what I have so far is I'm gonna play the harp guitar gathering as well which is going to be a lot of work for me because I have to relearn all my hard guitar songs that I haven't played in years. So yeah, that's I couldn't say no because it's Stephen Bennett that invited me, so there's no way I can say no. So I have to work my guitar songs a lot. So that's gonna be in the fall in November. So I'm looking forward to that though. It's gonna be fun.
Sounds like you got a busy year.
Yeah. Other than that, I have a lot of collaboration projects. Like sometimes I do some mixing also for people. So I'm working. I'm building a new studio. So I'm gonna have a lot of work to do, but I got a garage to transform into a studio. So hopefully I'll be done quick enough so I can do more recording projects in the future soon.
Yes, well, lots in store for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here and talking with me today. And talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.